Hello everyone, this is Otaku again, bringing you guys another video. This time we'll be reviewing a few figurines. This is going to be the first one right here. This is the Ichiban Kuji Evangelion Unit 0 versus Unit 13 Prize E Rei Ayanami figure. Now if you don't know what the Ichiban Kuji is, it's usually a lottery system that you can win certain prizes from. I'll have a picture of this current one that I got this one from here. Usually local stores might have it. In Japan, it's usually like convenience stores that have them. And you literally just buy a ticket, see what prize you get. Most of the time, you're going to get something along the lines of this towel, or a mini bag, or I think 9 times out of 10 you will get this, a folder. I do not know what Japan's obsession with folders is. Every time they have one, they have to have folders in there. Us in the United States, I don't think we're caring that much about paperwork. But let's get into this guy. This is the back of the box with the UPC.
My name's Rei Ayanami.
Now this figure comes in 2 pieces. Just a solid figure and the stand. Let's start assembling. So as you can see, there's 2 tabs on the stand itself, one higher than the other, and 2 little things on the foot. Now, kind of a good rule of thumb, if you see the lettering on the top right here, it usually means that that's the back. Now, if it has like their name or something, like solid print, probably the front. Most of the time, if you just see like the copyright information, it's going to be the back. Now the painting and sculpting on this figure is pretty well, especially for a prize figure. Now if you look at the figure itself, there's actually some nice highlights or metallic paint on it, on the middle core right there. And then I'm going to post a few pictures of this figure as well. If you guys have not seen the Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 movie, I definitely recommend watching it, especially if you're a fan of the series and you just don't like the rebuilds just because how they look. It's a totally different timeline. I still recommend watching it. It's great content, especially if you like the original. It stays fairly true on the storytelling per se. Let's do some size comparisons real quick. From her base, she is about that long and that tall. This is the Hatsune Miku Blokies.
Miku da yo.
This is the Halo Spartan Collection Master Chief and the Mark V suit.
I have a tumor.
A 2006 Final Wars Godzilla figure. Let me know if that light helped at all or did it. I turned it off right now because it didn't really look like it was. Now, if you guys are in the market for this figure, I definitely recommend getting it, especially if you're a big fan of Rei with her long hair, which I am. I love long hair. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. Next up, we have the Sega Evangelion Rei Ayanami Music Box version 3, Fly Me to the Moon version. Now, this is a pretty old figure of mine. I actually got this secondhand a long time ago. This actually was one of the first figures I got. I've been wanting to get this figure ever since I watched the show and I found out about it. But it wasn't until I got my first job is whenever I actually ended up ordering her. I'm gonna have some product shots of the figure up here right now so you can get a better look at it. I'm not gonna put it on the 360. You're about to see why. This figure has a very cool gimmick. If you did not pay attention to its name, it has Fly Me Into the Moon for it. That's for a good reason. So if you look at the bottom of the figure, you can see it has like a little twisty. What is that hole right there?
Oh my god!
That indeed is a speaker hole, and you see the Sega copyright. So let's go ahead and give her a wind. Let's go ahead and do some size comparisons. This is how wide she is. That is how tall she is.
Hatsune Miku desu.
Hatsune Miku, Master Chief, Godzilla. Now this figure is pretty good. If you like the gimmick of this figure, definitely recommend getting it. Now a little gripe on this figure, I would say, is that sometimes this doesn't play all the way. If you move it slightly, it'll start playing again. Like, I barely click it, it doesn't play. And then I have to move it slightly so it can start playing again. That will most likely be fixed if you unscrew these screws right there and put a little bit more grease on it or tighten up the spindle on this, and it should fix the issue. It's just, I've been too lazy to actually fix it, so it's just gonna be there. Now, as far as the top side of the figure itself, I believe it could have done a little bit better work. Like, you can see the transition from hair to figure. I'll have some more photos on here instead of just my camera feed. You can see some transfer on it right there at the very tip on her index finger. You can see some splotches from the mold right here as well, on the top of the head and on the dress right there. I don't remember how much I ended up paying for this figure, but if you like it, definitely get it. I like it. On to our next figure. This is not the Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 Thrice Upon Time SPM Asuka Shinigami Langley figure. This is actually an older version of that figure.
Anta baka?
I do not know exactly the full name, but this is the bottom, and this has the copyright on there, if the camera would focus. Didn't want to. So I'll just take a picture of it. Now, same thing with the music box array. I do not have the original box for it. I did get this one secondhand as well. This one was actually a gift from a good friend of mine. The painting and sculpting on this figure is great, especially for an SPM figure. Now, there are some places where the paint does kind of get off place, but it's a pretty big figure, especially for the common price point of it. Like I said, mine's used here. You might see a little bit more wear on her just because the person who owned it didn't take care of her as much as I take care of my figures. And then the new one that recently came out of the same mold of this figure. I believe doesn't look as well as this one. I believe I have a friend that has the same one, so I'll try to get some pictures of it and do a little comparison, see what you guys think of it. But in my opinion, I think the original or older version looks a lot cleaner. Go ahead and do some sizes. That is how long she is. That is how tall she is. Hatsune Miku. Master Chief. Final Wars Godzilla. And the two other Rays we just looked at. Now, as far as Asuka figures go, I definitely say this is one to pick up if you are a fan. It's quite big, like I said. The base is pretty huge too. She is in a cute pose. Me personally, I'm a Ray guy. That is going to be it for this video. Let me guys know how you think about this type of content. Let me know how you guys feel about the lighting. I know I changed it about halfway into the video. Let me know how my mic setup is. I'm using a different program to record right now. It should be a little bit better. I'm not too sure how the video is going to come out, but I believe the sound quality should sound better. And this is Otaku signing off. I'll see you guys on the next one.